Dr. Wang's research investigates cognitive development situated in sociocultural contexts, including technology, parent-child interaction, and children's play. She's one of the co-founders of New Gen Learning at UCSC. So today, Dr. Wang's presentation is called Navigating the Purpose and Ways of Learning by Underserved Students. So over to you, Su-hua.
This project is in collaboration with Becca Covarrubias, Sam Bash, with the three of us being part of New Gen Learning, a interdisciplinary research group. So COVID-19 came after other crises on our campus this year, including the power outages in the fall, the teaching strike in the winter, and it has heavily impacted students' experience with learning. Our research addresses the intensified issue of education inequality by studying undergraduate students' lived experience with distance learning, with a focus on underserved students, including first-gen students, low-income students, and those from underrepresented backgrounds. We aim to elucidate the challenges and resilience that are demonstrated in the students' response to distance learning and examine changes to the role of education in their development. The goal is to identify practices and strategies that will leverage students' strengths and resilience for learning. What worked, what didn't, and why. This project is guided by the strengths-based approach to understanding how students learn best with a sustained purpose of learning. We consider purpose as a nested structure. For example, a homework assignment is nested in the course, which is nested in their pursuit of a higher ed degree. Another key area to study in this project is ways to leverage students' strengths for learning. Underserved students thrive in learning that is culturally relevant. Cultural relevance can be established through students' interaction and collaboration with others in and out of classroom. The support system with peer and friends creates a community where students demonstrate resilience in the face of challenges. Amid COVID-19, much of this has to be built through digital platforms that are not designed for such purposes. So we need to learn from students about best ways of creating a learning community with a digital infrastructure. We're collecting data right now through a survey and interview with undergraduate students from underserved backgrounds. They're recruited from a seminar and a research lab course because we anticipate the impact of remote learning to amplify in these type of courses. We ask students to reflect on changes in their experience with higher ed, the biggest challenge they face, how the change impacted their purpose of higher ed, what benefits remain true for them, and what benefits of higher ed are lost. We also asked them to talk about the teaching practices that facilitated their learning, that helped them maintain social connections in the course, the practices that students can see as beneficial when we return to in-person instruction. And finally, students talk about equity issues confronted or overcome. How has taking courses online at home affected their experiences as a student? How has this shift changed their relationships with family members at home? What daily routines have they tried to continue or adjust during this time? We expect to produce actionable findings to inform about how students learn, about best practices of learning in difficult times, and how to improve the digital infrastructure for inclusive learning. We hope to secure funding and with more partnership to implement the practices identified from this study in subsequent courses, for example, in the summer, to generalize the results across different subjects and instructors.